What if I told you that everything you think you know about Greece barely scratches the surface? Sure, Santorini sunsets are breathtaking and Mykonos nightlife is world famous, but that's just the highlight reel, the real Greece. It's hidden in the shadows of ancient ruins, tucked between quiet alleyways and whispered by waves crashing on forgotten shores. Most tourists come chasing what's already famous. But the traveler who dares to look deeper? That's the one who finds Greece in its rawest, most powerful form. From volcanic villages frozen in myth to spiritual landscapes carved by gods and earthquakes, this place doesn't just tell stories, it lives them. And some of its best chapters, they're not in the guidebooks. This video isn't for the casual sightseer, it's for the curious, the soul searchers, the adventurers hungry for something that feels like a secret. You're about to explore hidden gems and iconic wonders alike through the eyes of tradition, myth, and breathtaking beauty. And if you think this is just another travel guide, you're already missing the point. So buckle up, because what comes next might just make you rethink every vacation you've ever taken and everyone you'll dream of from now on. There's something deeply poetic about Greece. It's more than a destination. It's a feeling etched into stone and drenched in sunlight. Picture waking up on a cliff in Santorini, iconic blue domes glowing in the sunrise. This is a land where the past whispers through ruins and the present dances with sea breezes. Even the wind feels like it's carrying stories centuries old. With over 6,000 islands, only 227 of them inhabited, Greece offers a vast world of untouched beauty. If you're craving silence, stillness, or a deeper kind of peace, islands like Amorgos and Folegandros feel like nature's own secret diary. You don't just visit Greece, you soak it in, like sunlight after a long winter. And the climate, almost unfairly perfect. In some regions, Greece gets up to 300 sunny days a year. Whether you're sipping a chilled frappe on a terrace, watching the sea sparkle, or hiking a coastal trail lined with wild thyme, the air feels like summer, even deep into fall. But Greece isn't only about postcard views, it's where mythology and reality live side by side. Every beach could have been the scene of a divine arrival. Every mountain echoes with the voices of gods and heroes. From Aphrodite's love to Athena's wisdom, you don't just learn mythology here, you feel it pulsing through the land. Geographically, Greece is like a box of assorted chocolates. Each bite reveals a new personality. Athens and Thessaloniki pulse with city energy where ancient ruins stand beside modern street art. Then come the islands, grouped like families. The Cyclades, the Ionian, the Dodecanese, each with a different mood, flavor, and rhythm. Take the Cyclades. Mykonos throws legendary parties, while Naxos welcomes you with small-town charm and cheese straight from the farm. The Ionian Islands bring softer landscapes. Corfu, with its Venetian elegance and cypress trees, feels like it belongs in a Renaissance painting. The Dodecanese Islands? Rhodes shows off medieval strength, and Simi whispers grace with its pastel-painted homes. Each island has a soul, some bold, some tranquil, but all undeniably Greek. You could base your entire trip on island hopping and never run out of magic. Each ferry ride feels like unwrapping a gift. One day, you're watching fishermen mend nets in Paros, and the next, you're leaping from cliffs in Zakynthos. This constant dance between rustic and refined is what makes Greek travel so unique. It's never one-dimensional, and through it all, there's a shared heartbeat. The warm hospitality, the salty sea breeze, the rich food traditions. These aren't just islands, they're living stories built on stone, sea, and legacy. Speaking of legacy, if history had a headquarters, it would be here. Greece doesn't just have ruins, it is one. The Acropolis in Athens, it doesn't just sit there, it speaks. Walk among the Parthenon's columns and you'll feel time ripple beneath your feet. Delphi, once believed to be the center of the world, was where travelers sought divine answers. An ancient Google powered by incense and mystery. Epidaurus still stuns with acoustics so precise you can hear a whisper from the stage's farthest row. These aren't museum pieces, they're living monuments. Even lesser known places like Monemvasia, a town carved into rock, and Nafplio, the old capital lined with Ottoman fountains, make you feel like you've stepped into a historical drama. And the museums, from Thessaloniki's Byzantine wonders to the National Archaeological Museum in Athens. You'll need more than one day to absorb it all. And yet, history is only part of the show. Greece's very landscape tells stories written in lava and stone. Take Santorini, its jaw-dropping caldera formed after a massive volcanic eruption, and today its villages cling to cliffs like ice icing on a cake. It's a place that looks like it was sculpted by the gods. And maybe it was. Mount Olympus isn't just the tallest mountain in Greece. It's a pilgrimage site, a place where mythology breathes. You don't just hike it, you feel something deeper. On Nisseros, a lesser-known island, you can literally walk inside a volcanic crater. You'll smell the sulfur, feel the heat rising from the earth, and realize just how alive this land is. From the otherworldly spires of Meteora, home to sky-high monasteries, to the bubbling hot springs of Lutriki, nature here doesn't just impress, it transforms. Beauty and power exist side by side. And then, there's the flavor of Greece. You haven't really lived until you've had a meal in a Greek village. Imagine warm bread, golden olive oil, cheese that challenges everything you thought you knew about dairy. Meals here are slow and intentional, gatherings that turn strangers into family. The secret? Honesty. Greek cuisine doesn't need to be fancy. It's fresh, vibrant, and rooted in heritage. Oregano, thyme, mint, grilled meats, veggies kissed by the sun, wines from ancient vines. And that frappe, it's more than iced coffee, it's a lifestyle. Locals sip it slowly, chatting for hours about politics, poetry, or the score from last night's game. Life here isn't lived in fast forward, it's enjoyed in chapters. Taverns echo with impromptu music. Laughter clinks off wine glasses under the stars. Greece invites you to breathe, to stay a little longer, to live more deeply, and it's in the details where the soul really shines. The cats lounging in sunbeams, the flag waving with bold blue and white stripes, the spirit of freedom or death etched into the national identity. There's pride here, earned, not posed. And then there's Kefi, that untranslatable energy of passion, joy, and full-hearted living. You see it in wedding dances, in late-night conversations that turn into toasts and music. Once you feel it, you carry it forever. Now, let's talk destinations. Start with Crete, Greece's biggest island, where ancient Minoan ruins, dramatic gorges, and pink sand beaches collide. Knossos, Samaria Gorge, Elafonisi, one island, endless stories. Corfu comes next, with its Venetian flair and cypress roads. It feels like an Italian painting that speaks Greek. Then of course the Queens, Mykonos and Santorini. One glows with glam, the other with sunsets that don't need a filter. But don't stop there. Kefalonia, Zakynthos, Lefkadas, cliffs, turquoise waters, and protected marine parks where sea turtles roam. And don't forget Naxos, Paros, Rhodes, Simi, Meteora, Delphi, Athens, Thessaloniki, and hidden marvels like Hydra and Monemvasia. Every destination is a portal into another facet of Greece's soul. So now that you've glimpsed the Greece beyond postcards and cruise brochures, what are you going to do with that knowledge? Keep dreaming or start doing, because real awe, the kind that shakes you to your core, doesn't come from scrolling. It comes from being there, from touching history, from hearing waves crash against a shore you had to earn. Which island is calling you? Which path will echo with your steps? If this moved you, even a little, don't let that feeling fade. Let it fuel your next adventure, because life's too short for forgettable trips and way too sacred for shallow experiences. And if you want more stories like this, more secrets the world won't shout from a billboard, subscribe, hit the bell, and join us, because this is just the beginning.